Hello students, welcome to Real Academy. My name is Yash Vaze and today we are starting with topic called as figures of speech. In the previous lecture, anyways, we have started this topic. We have covered few figures of speech and this is the part 2 of figures of speech topic, which is included in your prose and poetry section. But according to your syllabus, it is included in your poetry section. Let us try to understand another figures of speech. Next figure of speech is called as onomatopoeia. No. This figure of speech is not called as onomatopoeia, it is called as onomatopeia. Letter O is silent here. I can understand. Anyways, you will learn it slowly and gradually. In onomatopoeia, words that imitate a sound are used for emphasizing the effect. What was that? In simple terms, if we say onomatopoeia, like what is onomatopoeia? In simple words, if a sound is described in the sentence, then it is called as onomatopoeia. Any type of sound is described. कोई भी प्रकार का अगर आवाज describe किया है sentence में, then it is called as onomatopoeia. Okay? For example, vroom vroom goes the motorbike. ये जो vroom vroom वाली चीज है, ये क्या है? आवाज है, sound है, तो this becomes onomatopoeia. In a similar manner, the snake is hissing in the hole. Hissing, ये कौन करता है? Snake करते हैं, तो ये आवाज है, then it becomes onomatopoeia. The birds are chirping on a branch of trees. So chirping is sound, right? So if any type of sound is described in the sentence, then it is called as onomatopoeia. By heart, the spelling of onomatopoeia. Next figure of speech is pun. It's so easy and interesting also. The figure of speech is play upon the words and its various or double meaning. So in simple terms, you can explain like figure of speech, pun. In this sentence, there is a double meaning. For poetic effect, what kind of double meaning? One word would be included in the sentence which has double meaning of it. Sometimes we are expert at it, right? In our day-to-day life also, when we find some sort of words, we have two different meanings of that. So in what sense you take it matters a lot. So in the same way, let us try to decode it with example. The box was matchless. So can you tell me which word can have double meaning? Of course, matchless, right? So matchless word can have double meaning. First meaning can be the box was matchless means without matchstick. And second meaning can be the box was matchless. It was so wonderful that we can't compare that box with any other box, right? Second example, life of a person depends upon a lever. So first meaning of lever can be organ of human body, right? And second meaning of lever is the person who is living, how he is living his lifestyle. So there are two meanings. If you take any example, like there is a beautiful chemistry joke, but will it get me a reaction? So first is reaction, which means response in simple words, and second reaction is chemical reaction. He was a man of integrity sent to lie abroad. Here lie word consists two meanings. Like one lie means to tell a lie, jhoot bolna, and second lie means to sleep, to lie on bed, like that. Late jana. The red pencil with beautiful eraser on both the side is pointless. Pointless has two different meanings. Pointless means without point, and another meaning means it is futile, it is fruitless, it is like vain, of no use. So you can see and you can understand like pun, double meaning, nothing else. Next, we have figure of speech called as apostrophe. Now, what is an apostrophe? Apostrophe is a figure of speech which says that there is a direct address. Direct address मतलब हम किसी को कुछ कह रहे हैं, directly कह रहे हैं, उन्हें point out करके कह रहे हैं, तो that is direct address to the non-living thing, पहली चीज आ गई नॉन लिविंग थिंग को हम कुछ कह रहे हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल हम कहते हैं ओ स्टूपिड फैन यू आर नॉट वर्किंग प्रॉपरली. आई एम एड्रेसिंग डायरेक्टली टू अ फैन विच इज अ नॉन लिविंग थिंग, राइट. तो नॉन लिविंग थिंग. नंबर 2 पे है डेड वन, जो मर चुके. नंबर 3 द एब्सेंट, जो है ही नहीं. एंड नंबर 4 आइडिया, लाइक कोई भी आइडिया है, कॉन्सेप्ट है, नॉट इन रियलिटी और जस्ट आइडिया है. Then we say it is called as apostrophe. Okay, so it is not apostrophe mark. Most of the students think like it is an apostrophe mark. It's not like that. Let's see an example like oh death thou spares none. So when I say oh death, death, is it like materialistic thing? No. Thou means you, spare none. So this is again what can be, it can be included in the idea, right? Oh Shakespeare for the murder of English language. Sadly, Shakespeare passed away years and years ago. So if you are directly addressing to Shakespeare, then it becomes apostrophe. Oh glory, how you evade the poor and industrious. Again here also it is an idea. Why don't you ever work, you stupid computer, non-living thing. Life, I cannot understand you. Again life is an idea basically. Here dead one can be referred to the dead one also, but basically we think like it is an idea. Okay, fine. So you got it. There are 4 factors which will be deciding. If you are directly addressing it to them, then it becomes apostrophe. Next figure of speech is called as epigram. This is my favorite figure of speech because we learn so much in one single sentence. It can be called as words of wisdom. बहुत deep है. Epigrams are short pointed sayings or proverbs used for better poetic effect. यानी कि क्या होता है, एपिग्राम में शॉर्ट पॉइंटेड सेइंग्स होते हैं. ओके, छोटे छोटे सेइंग्स होते हैं, लाइक प्रोवर्ब्स होते हैं. देयर आर सो मेनी प्रोवर्ब्स इन इंग्लिश. तो कोई कुछ प्रोवर्ब्स होते हैं. एंड व्हेन वी रीड दिस प्रोवर्ब्स और व्हेन वी रीड दिस सेइंग्स वी विल सी लाइक इट्स फाइन, like fine. Oh, then I understand. Like there is a deeper meaning of this sentence. And when we find such thing, then it is called as epigram in English. For example, he makes no friends who never make a foe. The meaning of foe is enemy. Okay. So उसके कोई friends नहीं हो सकते जिसके कोई enemy नहीं होते. Try to get the meaning of it. Experience is the best school, but its fees are heavy. Experience एक best school है, but उसके fees heavy होते हैं. अक्सर ये कहा जाता है बुक्स से, टीचर्स से, पेरेंट्स से बहुत सारी चीज़ें सीख लो, नहीं तो लाइफ सिखा देगा. और अगर लाइफ वो चीज़ें सिखाता है तो बहुत महंगा पड़ेगा. तो इन द सेम वे एक्सपीरियंस बेस्ट स्कूल है बट फीस आर हैवी. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इफ यू आर लर्निंग इट बाय योरसेल्फ दैट इज मच बेटर फॉर यू इन योर लाइफ. Then if experience, by experiencing if you're learning, then you have to suffer a lot, right? Revenge is a wild form of justice or end war before it ends you. A burnt child dreads fire. Let's take an example of a burnt child dreads fire. A burnt मतलब जो जला हुआ है, child means एक बच्चा, dreads means fear and fire मतलब तो पता है आग. यानी कि एक बार हाथ जल जाए, next time you will not go near to that. Or when you see similar things, there will be a fear or apprehension which will be created in your mind. So एक बार बुरा एक्सपीरियंस आ जाए तो नेक्स्ट टाइम उन चीज़ों के हम पास नहीं जाते, right? So there is a deep meaning inside it. So this is called as epigram. Not so important, but still. Next figure of speech is called as tautology. It is written as Tautology. You have to by heart the spelling. In tautology, words having similar meanings are used for emphasis. So you have to keep this thing in mind. Like tautology में क्या होता है, तो यहाँ पे similar meanings वाले words होते हैं. यानी कि क्या, synonyms. Synonyms मतलब similar words जिनका meaning same हो. ऐसे two or more than two words होते हैं. Then that is called as tautology. She is smart, intelligent and brainy. In this sentence also you can see smart and intelligent has the same meaning. Even brainy has the same meaning, right? लेट्स से वरुण इज ब्रेव, फियरलेस, courageous. So तीनों में मीनिंग सेम है. When two or more than two words का मीनिंग सेम हो, then it is called as tautology. Okay. In the same way, what is an antithesis? Antithesis is nothing but exactly opposite to tautology. इन वन सेंटेंस, एक सेंटेंस में अगर ऐसे दो या दो से ज्यादा कुछ वर्ड्स आए जिनका मतलब अपोजिट हो, एंटोनिम हो, देन इट इज कॉल्ड एज एंटीथेसिस. नाम में ही है एंटी. इट्स नॉट आंटी, इट्स एंटी. एंटी का मतलब होता है अपोजिट. ओके, सो फॉर एग्जांपल स्पीच इज सिल्वर, साइलेंस इज गोल्डन. स्पीच का अपोजिट है साइलेंस, राइट? If I say another example like neither a borrower nor a lender be. So borrower opposite lender, right? So in one single sentence, if you find such terms, then it is called as antithesis. We have oxymoron. Oxymoron means nothing different, but it is similar to antithesis. But here there are two contradictory terms. यहाँ पे दो contradictory terms होते हैं, conflicting terms होते हैं, and they are together, पास में होते हैं. Then it is called as oxymoron. Okay, you have to remember this. Like he is regularly irregular. Regularly irregular. ये दोनों terms contradictory, conflicting है, opposite जैसे है. तो ये अगर वर्ड साथ में आए तो इट इज कॉल्ड एज ऑक्सीमोरॉन. ओके, इट वॉज इंडीड एन ओपन सीक्रेट. ओपन हो तो भाई सीक्रेट कैसा, राइट? तो दोनों टर्म्स साथ साथ में आए. डू यू हैव ओरिजिनल कॉपीज? ओरिजिनल कॉपीज साथ साथ है. मे द पॉइजन प्यूरिफाई योर फ्लैश. पॉइजन प्यूरिफाई. such terms, if contradictory terms are together, then it is called as oxymoron. And then we have paradox. Paradox is nothing but there is one sentence which is conflicting itself. एक सेंटेंस खुद को कॉन्फ्लिक्ट करता है. यानी कि एक सेंटेंस के अगर दो पार्ट बनाए तो एक पार्ट उसी सेंटेंस के दूसरे पार्ट को कन्फ्लिक्ट करता है, कॉन्ट्राडिक्ट करता है. You have to understand that in one single sentence, if there are two terms which are opposite in meaning, then it is antithesis. One single sentence, and in that if there are two contradictory words which comes together, then it is called as oxymoron. And one single sentence, the sentence itself conflict the same sentence, then it is called as paradox. In figure of speech, paradox in which a sentence contradict themselves and makes them appear absurd. और एक important factor है, ये sentence थोड़े absurd होते हैं. What is the meaning of absurd? Absurd means unclear, clear नहीं होते. Eventually conveys a deeper meaning, और उनका एक गहरा meaning होता है, deep meaning होता है, true होते हैं ये सब, हो सकता है, होता है. ठीक है, let's try to get through examples. Like मैं अगर बोलता हूँ all animals are equal, तुम लोग बोलोगे हाँ सर, ओके ठीक है. बट इन द सेम सेंटेंस इफ आई से बट सम एनिमल्स आर मोर इक्वल, यू वुड बी लाइक कहना क्या चाहते हो? यस, द सेंटेंस इज ट्रू. ऑल एनिमल्स आर इक्वल बट सम एनिमल्स आर मोर इक्वल. सो द सेम सेंटेंस इज कॉन्ट्राडिक्टिंग to the first part. Second part is contradicting to the first part. Let's take one more example. I must be cruel only to be kind. See, kind, cruelty, if these terms are together, then it is oxymoron. But I must be cruel, okay, only to be kind. What? So, if sentence is conflicting, then it is called as paradox. Go through a lot of such examples so that you will understand it. Then we have a figure of speech called as cnic. Cnic is nothing but a part for whole and whole for part. You do not have to focus on these points like abstract for concrete and construct for abstract. No. An individual for the class and the material for the, no. You have only this, the part for the whole and the whole for the part. For example, if I say small part is representing whole and the whole part is representing small part, then it is called as cnic. For example, if I say he gave his hand towards poor people, उसने अपना पुअर पीपल की तरफ अपना हाथ दिया. क्या उसने अपना हाथ ऐसे उखाड़ के दे दिया? नो, राइट? ही गेव हिज हैंड टुवर्ड्स पुअर पीपल मीन्स उसकी हैंड, उसका जो हैंड है वो पूरे बॉडी को रिप्रेजेंट करता है. शी गेव हर ईयर्स टुवर्ड्स द लेक्चर. क्या उसने अपना कान ऐसे फाड़ के दिया? नो, राइट? यानी कि हर ईयर इज रिप्रेजेंटिंग एंटायर बॉडी. सो when a part is representing whole or whole is representing part, then it is called as synecdoche. Let's take an example. Like I am preparing my face to walk in an interview. My face. Am I preparing only my face? No, entire body, right? The hands that rock the cradle now were set to conquer the world. Here we are talking about mother, right? So hands are representing entire body like this. Not so important, but still you have to understand it, especially for 11th and 12th. And if you find such examples in your entire syllabus, just write these examples and by heart it. Like so and so example is of synecdoche, especially about the tough figures of speech which you find as if they are tough. Next we have euphemism, which means unpleasant things are conveyed pleasantly. जो भी चीजें unpleasant है, सुनने के लिए अच्छे ना लगते हो, वो pleasantly बताया जाए, तो that is called as euphemism. For example, if I say in an accident a man fell down, his legs were amputated, his spinal cord was fractured, his head was bleeding, there was a rod in his eye, his entire body was bleeding. You will say, stop, sir, what are you saying? It doesn't seem to be good, right? ये सब सुनना अच्छा नहीं लगता. But if I say in an accident a man passed away, पहले वाले से better है, right? तो ये जो पहले वाले से जो better चीज है, that is called as euphemism in English. Unpleasant things को pleasantly बताना. For example, मैं अगर कहूँ कि तुम बहुत झूठे हो, बहुत झूठे हो, बहुत झूठ 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 बोलते हो, you will feel sad, right? दुख होगा. But if I say you are telling me a fairy tale, तुम बस मनगढ़ंत कहानियां एक fairy tale बता रहे हो, थोड़ा pleasant है, right? If I say he kicked the bucket early means he passed away, तो थोड़ा अच्छे सेंस में अच्छी तरीके से बोला गया है, okay? और if I say he was the state's guest, यानी कि वो एक prison के अंदर था, right? State guest is a word which is used for that. A special child, he had his own talents. So here special child, using the word like special child is good rather than using some other term for them, right? So this was all about euphemism. Try to get these examples as much as you can and read this example, along with that practice a lot of examples. So here we end our part 2 of figure of speech, and there are other figures of speech also that you need to study. I hope so you might have understood it. I have tried to explain in a very simple manner. काफ़ी simple चीज़ें थी, simple examples थे, simple explanation था. अब सब कुछ simple हो जाएगा. So have a good time, take care and goodbye.